Hey guys, welcome to Discover Music, and today we'll be talking about the 7th studio album from alternative rock band 10 Years, From Birth to Burial. In this album, I didn't know what to expect. After their, slight disappointment of Minus the Machine, I wanted to see what 10 Years would do next, and boy did they deliver. From Birth to Burial is a very, I don't have words. It's a really good album. It's not, the best I've ever listened to, but it is a solid album from a solid band who has been very consistent throughout the years. And there's been many debates of what to classify 10 Years as. Should it be alternative metal, post-grunge, rock, hard rock, alternative rock? And it doesn't really matter. Who cares? I really hate all those debates about what type of rock band a band is, or what type of metal band a band is. Each band has a different identity, and we should take them for what they are. Okay, let's go into the track listings. So, From Birth to Burial is the first song off the album, the title track of the album also, and one of the singles that was released for this album. Now, From Birth to Burial is a very, very solid song. Has great lyrics, telling a story about how we are born and to ultimately die. And this shows a kind of a talking or / rapping section from lead singer Jesse Hassick, and I think that's the part of the song that kind of brightened the song down and kept it from being the very top song on this album. But it's a very, very solid track, and I recommend you guys give that a listen. Okay, next is Selling Skeletons. Now, the first time I heard Selling Skeletons, I wasn't a fan of it. I thought it was kind of boring and kind of dragged on, but as I listened to it, I think I listened to this album, I must be going on 8-9 times. And as I listened to it, each time the song got better and better and better. It grew on me extremely well. And its lyrical content tells a story about how when people are desperate to even sell skeletons or sell humans, when desperation becomes great, and how people, their moral values start to degrade when certain things come into perspective in their life. Okay, next is Vertigo. Amazing song. I think I rated it 3rd on my rankings. It's an amazing song, and it tells a story about how people are going round and round, and we're going round and round like your vertigo, and how people don't really know exactly what they're doing in life, what their purpose is in life, and that they just keep spinning around in circles, and they don't really fully grasp or find their niche or their purpose in life. And it's an amazing song, and lyrics such as "Too late to amputate," and just listen to the song. You'll be glad you did. Okay, next is Triggers and Tripwires, which really threw me for a loop. It's probably the worst song on the album, but I have to give them credit for going different, and that they sure did, but I'm not sure that this different track worked. In the very beginning of the song, it shows just Jesse Hassick just screaming, just letting it all go. He doesn't really have the greatest screaming voice, and I do have to admit it does work for the lyrics in the song, of how everyone's on edge, everyone is ready to pull the trigger, and everyone is out for themselves, and every man for himself, and they always set traps, and it's a really thought-provoking song, and it's a good song, but the screams really throw you for a loop, and I think that's what makes that song suffer the most. and make it the worst song ever. Next is Luna. Luna is one of those tracks that kind of fade into the back. It really doesn't have anything that makes it stand out. It doesn't improve. It doesn't give you something that you can work with like a lot. It's a song really about how mystical the night is, and how the moon is kind of like a healing factor, and the lyrics are great, as you can tell, phenomenal for this album. This album could almost be a concept album if they really wanted to. If they said this album was a concept album, no one would really complain. Okay, so next at number 6 is Crimson Kiss, which is basically about a whole mass murder. It seems like a whole murdering or a killer, or just the anarchy in the streets of the world. And the lyrics and the vocals and the song really show that side of the song, and it really amplifies the message that Crimson Kiss is trying to convey. Again, Jesse Hassick has a lot of scream vocals in the song, not as much as Tricks and Tripwires, which makes it a little bit better, but still it's really gritty and really hard. Okay, The River, another one that kind of fades into the background. Really doesn't have a great catchy melody or anything like that. It just kind of fades. It's a pretty average song, but has a good story behind it, saying how the river won't tell us which way to go, and how we shouldn't just go with the flow. Going with the flow doesn't always mean it's the best thing to do or the best way to go. So that's kind of the moral of that track. And 8, Ashes, kind of shows the world in disarray and kind of everything being burnt down. The chaos has happened. And things are just ashes along the floor. And it's a good song. It's a solid track from 10 years, a typical 10-year song. Next, 9, Survivors. This one's a kind of a slower, kind of an out there, kind of spacey, atmospheric track, and it's kind of calling for, is there any survivors out here? You're kind of washed up on the shore, and you don't know where to go. Are you drowning? Are you alive? It's a kind of a discovery type of track, and it's very solid, and it's very, very thought-provoking. And coming in number 10, which is the first single off this album, Miscellanea. This was the first song released for this album, and it really got me pumped for this album. Miscellanea is a very, very good track, very solid, very hard. It has a hard rock feel for 10 years, and it shows that 10 years still have a lot in their tank, and they haven't been put down by their last record, or they haven't slowed down at all, for it being their 7th studio album. And it really kicks you in the butt, and it kind of shows a story of how, again, it's still every man for himself, and even though the world is going down and humans should see that they should fix their ways, and that there are errors in their ways, that they still go back to their primal instincts. Okay, the last song to close up this album is Moisture Residue, which is a gorgeous, beautiful song, so atmospheric. I don't have words for it. It really gave me a tingle. It showed how emotional this band can be, and it really sparks tons of emotions, and I recommend this track fully and optimally, and I recommend this album. Okay, so now we finished the track. Here are my track listings from Birth to Barren. I think this album was amazing. This album was really good. Barring a few bad songs, such as Triggers and Tripwires and Crimson Kiss, and kind of average songs like Luna and The River, the rest were amazing. And I keep going back to this album over and over and over again. I recommend listening to Moisture Residue, Miscellanea, Vertigo, Selling Skeletons, From Birth to Burial. 5 amazing songs. Basically half the album is amazing. And I rate this album, From Birth to Burial, by 10 years, a, drumroll please, a 69 out of 100. And you might be saying, out of all the praise you gave it, isn't that kind of low? No. A 70, in my opinion, is a very, very good album. And it's just... Hey guys, well that's all she wrote. The audio got all messed up on that other recording. When I was editing, I noticed that it went back to the beginning, and it didn't continue where the video was going. So I have to now re-record it. So as I was saying, this album just missed the 70 mark because the album as a whole, I didn't believe had a huge playback value, such as because songs like Triggers and Tripwires, Crimson Kiss, and The River didn't have playback value at all for me. That knocked down the playback value of the album as a whole. So yes, this album was great because of the great songs it had on it. 10 years, and made me more of a fan of them because of this album. But I'm not sure that this album was worthy of being, I wouldn't say great, but it's not worthy of being in that 70 and above rating. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry for the little slip up in this adage at the end. And I hope you guys come back to see more Discover Music videos. And we have tons of album reviews for you already up, such as an Alien Ant-Farm album anthology that was just released and posted like 2 days ago. A whole Black Tide discography. You can see their whole discography and what Discover Music thinks of them. There's a whole Submersed discography up, and you can see what we think of that. There's a whole top 10 list of Black Tide songs, and I hope you come back for more. And this is Discover Music signing off. I will see you in the next video. Rock on, guys. You guys made it to the end of the video. Yay! Let's party. Oh, let's party. Oh. Alright. So, beneath my face, there should be annotations for videos and reviews that Discover Music has already done. Don't forget to subscribe. There should be a subscribe annotation over here somewhere. And also smash the like button, which I can't put an annotation for. Sorry. And stay tuned for more Discover Music productions in the future. I will see you in the next video. Rock on, guys.